Before we continue with this video, I want to invite you to check out the YouTube shopping products here on the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel in our store, so you can get official Flamengo products, help Flamengo, and also support our channel. And I want to remind you that you can still secure your spot at Champions League games, the World Cup, and Flamengo matches with Geraldo's Caravan. The contact information is in the description and pinned comment. Yeah, and if you're going to the World Cup or the Champions League, you need travel insurance, right? Assisted 365 can help you with this amazing travel insurance. You won't have to dig deep into your pocket. You'll just pay once a very reasonable amount, so you won't have to spend anything even in an emergency, all right? So you'll be able to get the best travel assistance with Assisted 365. That's what I use. I travel when I go to Brazil, when I go to the games, Assisted 365. I also want to remind you that you can lose weight in a healthy way with Mais Cabello with the Mais Slim program, all right? Check out Mais Cabello right now. There's always one near you anywhere in Brazil. And here we also have our tips channel, man. There's a new tips channel from Paparazzo. You can check it out, right? People are starting to join, people who like sports betting, right? We're going to start bringing only sports betting tips. We're building a top team for you. Check out our channel now. We're in this together. Let's watch the video. My friends, I wish everyone in the mainstream media had the courage of Thiago Asma, right? The courage to stand up. It's the same courage I have to stand up to the CBF, to stand up to the system. Thiago Asmar is very brave. Pilhado is very brave. He exposed everything, showed all the wrongdoing, right? Showed all these absurd mistakes by Davi Oliveira Lacerda, right? And why he was chosen by the CBF. So really, this video from Pilhado, I had to react to it. I had to show it to you guys, right? Pilhado, we know he's a Flamengo fan, but he's in the mainstream media, and very few people in the mainstream media speak out like this, okay? He had warned before, right? Look up.
You managed to ruin the best soccer game in Brazil this year. A sending off, Carrascal was naive. He messed up, he did. Now, a sending off like that, he touched the ball, high foot for a yellow card, and the refereeing once again ruins the game.
Of soccer. No, he actually got it right. He actually got it right. The issue is consistency. It's consistency, Pilhado. The issue is the criteria, okay? Yeah, and what the VAR audio says, why didn't this happen in the Palmeiras and international game? Yeah, let's see here. Take a look.
Let's show some calls by this referee named Davy Lacerda. First, he was able to call.
And I'm not going to show it in motion. I'm going to show you. Look at what he's showing here. You listen and I'll show you here what Pilhado is saying, okay? The play from Juventude against Palmeiras where he tried to give this penalty here.
In this play, in the Juventude versus Palmeiras game, look at the penalty he was able to call for Palmeiras. But then the VAR, seeing how outrageous the play was, look.
Look over there at the ball.
And he was close to the play. He called it, come on. And then he was forced, he saw, to give that absurd penalty he had given to Palmeiras. But there will be more, okay, Mr. Davy Lacerda? Let's go now, let's get to the play. First, take a good look. Look, Juventude and Palmeiras. Now, Flavio, look at the penalty he didn't call.
Well, the penalty he didn't call, Thiago Silva kicking Bruno Henrique. He already tried to give the title to Palmeiras last year, okay?
To Flamengo. Look at the blow Thiago Silva lands on Bruno Henrique.
Thanks, you made a great dossier, friends.
And in the VAR audio, we were able to hear that Bruno Henrique is the one who puts his leg in front of Thiago Silva. This penalty here was not called by guess who?
Davi Oliveira.
Little Davi Lacerda, the same guy from yesterday's red card incident, which I'll show here because a lot of people are posting pictures, but what really shows football is video. But let's go. Another one for Davy's record.
Yeah, we can't keep showing it.
But now let's talk about yesterday's game where he was so strict with Carrascal. First minute of the game. Look at the hit Andre Pereira puts on Jorginho.
Foul on Jorginho.
He didn't give any yellow card.
The stomp. He's showing the stomp by Andres Pereira on Jorginho. First minute of the game. Off the ball with...
If he... That was a total yellow card play. It's worth remembering that Andres Pereira got a yellow card afterwards.
Right after, but not yet in the first half.
He didn't show any card.
In the same match, huh?
And to wrap up the play where I thought the sending off was excessive. No.
But still, it could have been. The issue, man, is the criteria. Are you just looking at the ball?
He never looks at Mirlo.
He touches first. That's true. But he does end up making contact, okay? He could have been sent off.
And in the photo they're posting...
It looks like I'm exaggerating, but the tip of the boot just barely touches the face. It's being exaggerated.
It's just the slightest touch with the tip of the boot. He didn't make contact.
Thiago, but honestly, the picture looks worse than it is.
It was reckless.
It was.
Carrascal has to be criticized.
He does.
A play like this wasn't violent enough for the referee to ruin the game.
Yeah, but the main point, Thiago, is that in the game against Inter, there was an even worse play from behind, and he even comes in like this with a flying kick. He only gave a yellow card with just a few minutes into the first half, all here.
With just a few minutes into the first half, so I'm basing myself on that.
On the day that the CBF released the statement attacking Flamengo, right? On the day, we can't really believe it's just a coincidence, right? Or do you still believe in coincidences, right? It's hard to believe in coincidences. What do you guys think? But it's all there. It's all out in the open, right? We also had the former president of Razza Macula talking about Carrascal, right? He doesn't ask for the player to be removed. He doesn't ask for him to stop playing for Flamengo, but he does ask for punishment, okay? Look.
Hey, Flamengo Nation and the rest of the group, directly to Carrascal. Irresponsible.
You're not planning a party, are you?
And very immature. In such a big game for Flamengo to catch up with the Greens, and Carrascal does this crap he did. It's not the first time. Zeboto, you have to find the player. The irresponsible player who messes up has to be fined because he ruined the game. Hey, Flamengo Nation, we're stronger together.
Yeah, so check this out. Yeah, the leader of the supporters group is demanding that Carrascal be fined. Right? Telling Jose Boto to act. He should fine the player, okay? Yeah. Really, it's a mistake. The player apologized, but it's a mistake that really hurts Flamengo. And once again, right, he already, thanks to Carrascal too, got sent off against Corinthians. We lose to a team much worse than Palmeiras. Corinthians is much worse, fighting not to get relegated. We lost 2-0 to Corinthians. With Felipe Luis at the time, with one less player too, because of Carrascal. It's not the first time. It's not the first time, okay? So that's the situation. Pretty complicated, right? Because the player gets labeled, right? Labeled, even if we think he can turn things around and all that. What we really want is for the player, the asset, to increase in value. You already start to have some tension with the fans, right? Yeah. Now, we had Leonardo Jardim talking about the issue of giving Andrew a chance, right? I want to create an opportunity for Andrew, but I don't want to sideline Rossi. And here, even on Mango Kriya, he posted this statement. And the fans reacted. Rossi should be benched. He's making too many mistakes. Deniz's MNR 10. Bezeron F delivered today. Rossi created 3 chances. In important games, remember that the other fan, Saleh, the official, sent it. It's time already. Yeah. People are also complaining about him giving Alassian a chance. Just wanted to mention that. It's Irabella Rocha speaking. Rossi has been making some big mistakes in the last few games. He needs to train more and stay out for a bit to protect his image. It's not about protecting him. Whoever plays better should play. If he's not performing, give someone else a chance. People say Andrew is better, so he should go to the bench. Edson said that in his view, Rossi is a great goalkeeper, but in the last few games, he hasn't been playing well. Right? Flamengo needs to give Andrew a chance. Give the other goalkeeper a chance. That's it, man. That's it. Yeah, unfortunately, football is all about form. Football, or fortunately, right? Football is about form. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Football is on. People here commenting, right, on Mauro Cesar Pereira's post that Mauro Cesar harshly criticized Leonardo Jardim, right? Leonardo Jardim showed that Felipe Luis is already better than him today. Yeah. Yeah. And then obviously the fans, there are fans who talk nonsense. Leonardo made a mistake today, but he kept attacking even a man down. It was very exposed. Maybe it would have been better to play defensively. Now, saying that Felipe is better, that's just a joke. Like, people complaining about that too. That's not it. Yeah. Yeah. Defending with one less player is very different depending on whether you already have the result or need to chase it. Felipe, when he played with one less player, defended very well. That's a fact. But in yesterday's game, Flamengo had to chase the result. That makes sense. Okay, Felipe Martins is chiming in. They're very different contexts. People blame the coach for everything, even though he wasn't at fault for the loss. He did, because he left Flamengo very exposed there. He contributed to the widening of the defeat. It was already 1-0, right? And there was a player sent off. Yeah.
Pin slacks. Wow.
Ooh. Then people are criticizing here too, like, but Felipe Luis didn't give Pedro a chance. He ruined Pedro. Pedro isn't in the cup because of Felipe. It's not because of Felipe either, right? But man, every coach is going to make mistakes, man. Every coach is going to make mistakes. Felipe made mistakes. He got things right too. Leonardo Jardim makes mistakes. He gets things right too. Now, yesterday, the main culprit for me was Carrascal. And that's very clear to me that it really messed up Flamengo, okay? It really messed up Flamengo, period. Beleza? Yeah. And now I'm going to go through a few more excerpts from Coach Leonardo Jardim's press conference. Let's go. Yeah. He's talking about the issue of about head-to-head matchups, right? It's important for us to bring this up here.
This defeat won't influence anything because it's a different competition. Regarding the championship, we're still 7 points behind. We can get to 4 if we recover. And I told the players, usually champions don't win games with by winning head-to-head matchups. They do it by beating the other teams. That's what I told the players. Yeah, for sure. We're all frustrated because we wanted to win the game in front of an incredible crowd with the stadium full. That's why
I'm really sorry. Flamengo were champions last year with Felipe winning the head-to-head matches against Palmeiras, okay? So, yeah, you made a mistake there. Flamengo, doesn't a team become champion by winning head-to-head matches? Yes, winning those matches makes them champions. Last year, they won the title by beating Palmeiras in head-to-head games. Had they not won, Palmeiras would be champions due to the minimal difference. Okay? So you're talking nonsense about that.
you saw in those first few minutes, there was nothing to suggest something like this would happen because everyone saw, like I did, that the opponent barely even touched the ball, right? We're talking about the opponent who was leading the championship. And that was our ambition, that was our plan, and we went in with that goal. And everyone had an incredible attitude. Regarding the as for the championship, we're definitely further away, but there's still a long way to go in the season. And we believe that we will make up the points and Flamengo will be champions again.
God willing, but the head-to-head match is important and we have to win there now. and I want to face Palmeiras in the round of 16 of the Libertadores. They should be second in their group, right? Flamengo is first. We could face them. Let's go. Let's get in there, right? Yeah, talking about this urgent. Yeah, people are talking here about the play where there was a foul on Pedro, right? Yeah, a little before Carrascal got sent off. Not many people are talking about this play, right? There was a foul on Pedro, okay? Okay, a foul on Pedro before Carrascal was sent off. This is surreal, okay? Nobody is talking about that. There was a foul, an absurd push from behind on Pedro. An absurd foul from behind on Pedro. Look at that, right in front of Davi Oliveira Lacerda. It was right in front of him, guys, right in front of Davi, right in front of Davi Oliveira Lacerda. And he doesn't call it. Then right after, there's the play with Carrascal. But it's like, it's right after. It's the same play. He doesn't award the foul to Flamengo, and then he sends Carrascal off. He should have called the foul. It shouldn't have happened. Okay? Then, right after, there's another foul on Pedro. There's another push on Pedro, and Carrascal raises his foot, and then he's sent off. All right, so this referee's standard is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Now, Jardim is really wrong about what he said, right? He's really wrong. Yeah. Well, I just heard Jardim talking about the referee here. Look,
I'm not going to talk about the referee because if I do, I always end up making a report about the referees. Report means report. A report about the referees who are going to officiate our matches. And this referee has had incidents involving Palmeiras that don't require courage, right? Mentioning São Paulo, Chapecoense, and Vitória, those were real acts of courage. Very big. If you review that report, you'll see that but it's always for the same side. That's his act of courage. Everything was said when at 20 seconds, and I don't know how serious Jardim's problem is. He took that hit right there and move on because on this side, he didn't take anything.
that's right. And then
it was a high boot, as I mentioned before, which I don't believe was aggression. Just like last year against Inter, I didn't think it was aggression either.
Look at the play against Inter that I mentioned.
I have to count on.
He's not messing around. Yeah.
He's serious, but I don't think it was aggression today. More of an accident. The others, of course, I was punished for that, and we called attention to it. And of course, we always want to draw our players' attention who sometimes get into these situations. Sometimes it's due to inexperience. Other times it's because of emotional control.
Here, you have to punish because really the Carrascal is the one who messed up, okay? He messed up. And he messed up badly. Okay? I invite you to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, hit the bell, and drop a like on the video. Greetings, Jubilo Negros. This is Flamengo. And the products here, look, you can find all these products that you see on our YouTube shopping right here, okay? We're in this together. Thanks.